Hey, what up, everyone? DREAGEN back yet again for another edition of the KAIJU commentary. On this one, we are watching Godzilla's climax of the Heisei era, his swan song, Godzilla vs. Destroyah from 1995. Now, as always, when you see the Toho logo appear on the screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. So we're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to yet another edition of the KAIJU commentary. Today, we are watching 1995's Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Easily one of my top 3 favorite Godzilla films, and I think pretty much a lot of people's top 3 favorite Godzilla films.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of his swan song.
Yeah, it better be good.
Oh, it's good.
After the last one.
Yeah, it's a complete turnaround in terms of tone, budget, attention to detail. It very much is in line, I'd say, with 84 and Biollante. Definitely a much more serious Godzilla film. And right away you're going to start noticing that there are differences about Godzilla. There's something happening with Godzilla, and this film is very much has a more real-world approach to Godzilla, as well as harkens back to 54.
Awesome. I also like how they're wasting no time.
Birth Island.
Which I'm pretty sure is the island we saw in the last film, where Godzilla and Baby were kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I would assume it's the same island. It'd be really weird if it was a different one and they did an island we've never seen. Like, Birth Island disappeared. Yeah, so what is it?
That is low.
This is actually Hong Kong, actually. So we're seeing already showing you a different location. Again, when I first saw this opening, I was like, "Get the fuck out!" When it happens, it's gonna be sudden and it's gonna be awesome. Just wait.
Oh, I'm waiting. I've got what I think's gonna happen, and yeah.
Godzilla look at his face like, "Don't you dare fly into me!" And now we see what has become known as Burning Godzilla.
This is very cool.
Yep. Who's currently sitting on top of our fridge right now.
Is there some horrible heartburn going on?
And it's cool to see Godzilla attacking, Hong Kong. When you think of Godzilla in Asia, you think of Japan, but here's Godzilla and
attacking not Japan.
Yeah, a Chinese city. And again, it just shows you the scope that Godzilla is a threat to the world. Yet we always see him in just Japan.
Oh, yeah. How big is he? Is he taller?
No, he's still 100 meters.
Okay.
But his power now is to the max because you're going to.
What does the scouter say?
What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
Oh.
And I love how he's just this glowing monolith in the city.
Yeah.
And I love when he's in the water.
It looks.
Yeah.
He's boiling it.
This is very, very cool.
I'd say that would be killing all the marine life in the water too, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks so creepy there. Like how the light hits his eyes sometimes just right.
Yeah.
And he gives it that glow. And I like how his roar has that extra sound, almost like he's in pain. Like he's in anger, he's...
It's like, fuck that fish.
Do you think that's it? Do you think he's actually in pain?
Well, you basically are going to learn that his body, he's self-destructing, basically.
Yeah.
Because his body is essentially a nuclear reactor, and it's essentially going to melt down.
So he's in a meltdown.
Yeah, so he's... I just kind of... I don't know if here you see the Oxygen Destroyer, which is the weapon that was used to kill the original Godzilla. Oh. And it's Godzilla vs. Destroyah. So now you're wondering, what does the Oxygen Destroyer have to do with whatever new threat Godzilla is facing? It's kind of full circle now. And this was meant to be the end of, actually, the Godzilla franchise in Japan, at least for a while, because by this point, the U.S. already bought the rights to do an American Godzilla film, which was originally supposed to come out in 1994. And it was going to be a completely different plot. It was going to be Godzilla versus the Griffin, this organism from space that absorbed all this animal life on Earth and became this weird giant chimera. And Godzilla was actually kind of going to, what you say, was created by an ancient civilization as a biological weapon. And he was awakened.
So they introduced the Mayan.
A little bit, yeah. And he
line
was awakened to kind of fight this new threat. And
That's cool.
and it was going to take place in San Francisco, much like the new one they did. But it was canned because they said it was going to be too expensive. So then Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin came in and pitched this other Godzilla film, which eventually became Godzilla 98, even though the budget of that movie became more expensive than 94 would have ultimately have been.
Yeah.
So, but by this point, Toho knew there was going to be now an American, hopefully, franchise of Godzilla films, so they were wrapping it up here on their end.
Okay.
So now we're kind of talking about, all right, what does this mean for Godzilla? Like, what happened to him now because of this fallout that's kind of, done this to him? And I love how there's a G Center in America, too. Basically, not saying that G-Force is not just
it's a global force.
Yeah, which makes sense. It would be like a UN thing.
G-Force, global force.
Ooh.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not what the G stands for.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, continuing the long-standing tradition of great American actors in Godzilla films. But again, I like now we're getting back to the science.
I don't
of what
know
Godzilla
why
is.
we're watching him through, these televisions instead of just like having us actually watch him. I don't know.
I love how this was devised by like a student too.
Yeah, college student.
Yeah, and here we're seeing this photo of Dr. Yamane and his adopted son. These are characters from the original Gojira. And he is kind of the the son of his adopted son. So you're seeing callbacks to the original now. It's tying directly into the very beginning of Godzilla, which I like. This really feels like now it's a part of kind of that lore.
It's got the Godzilla back there. See
I
that?
know the skeleton.
No, I was looking at the actual one. About the computer.
Oh yeah. It's like a
And then I
skeleton
think
one.
this one right there. In the right corner too.
That one in the bottom corner. I'm trying to see which one it is. It's too much in shadow.
He's got thunder thighs.
That does not narrow it down.
No.
But again, I like too how, again, there's more of a real world feel to this movie. Whereas, if you look at the last one, it felt very like Saturday morning cartoon. Whereas this kind of feels like, okay, there's this government agency, and again, that they're looking at people who are trying to kind of devise, like, what is Godzilla? It's a hell of a hobby.
and it's like you're able to actually take this seriously too.
Well, because again, there's nothing tongue in cheek about any of this. Even the way the actors are acting, they're acting like real people.
They're acting well.
Yeah, it's not a
really
cartoon.
Very good.
There's not going to be any long, awkward pauses in a cockpit in this one, folks.
Right.
You feel that negative space with dialogue, you son of a bitch.
I definitely felt it.
It's like a scriptwriter went out for a smoke break or something during that part of the script. You guys didn't write anything while I was gone? No, we were waiting for you. Fuck it, just leave it. And Lovey's got a crush on the girl, so he's like, I'll go.
No, let's go right now.
Let's go right now.
Just realized my penis is erect.
And here we have, now, again, Dr. Serizawa died, taking his own life and destroying Godzilla because he was the only person who knew about micro-oxygen. Basically, he devised it. He burnt all his research and took his own life, so basically there'd be no existing research left at all in the world. But now you have this other scientist who has kind of essentially stumbled on something very similar, and essentially it's the same kind of technology, which you could. And I like how by presenting this, again, what about the darker side of it? Yeah, exactly saying in theory, was it only a matter of time? And here we actually have Emiko Yamane, who being played by Momoko Kuchi, who's reprising the role. So again, you're seeing character from the original film coming back and like.
You don't know humans, dude.
Thank you, Doctor. So she a journalist?
Yeah,
So
and she's
hard-hitting journalist?
and that woman you saw, I'm pretty sure of America was a grandmother. So again, she knows, remember, basically, what happened, what in her family involved in the Oxygen Destroyer, and the lengths that were went to make sure this technology never saw the light of day again. Basically, they wanted to use it once, or her aunt, yeah, once, and that was it. Because of the potential fallout. So the fact that this is the guy basically saying, yes, I've pretty much developed it again, but don't worry, it's going to be fine. To them, they're saying, you're being naive, you're being ignorant. And for them, there's a personal stake in it because somebody in our family gave their life. So essentially, nobody would use this technology. And here you are just making it willy-nilly, saying it's going to be fine. So for them, there is like a personal angle. I mean, you could argue maybe they're being too hard on them, but I like how there's a personal element for them. Like,
Everyone's not just like mindlessly rallying behind this.
Yeah, because again, the whole point was.
It's like, yeah, we all agree we need to stop Godzilla.
But again, at what cost?
But
are we,
yeah, there are consequences to how we
if
go
we
about
create
it.
something worse than him, is it worth it? And that was great when I saw this, and I saw she came back to do the. And again, it's just a small cameo, but it's cool. And she's even saying too, like, we're seeing a scene from the film right here. Yeah, basically he just created death incarnate in a weapon. Which again is what created Godzilla. So again, if an atom bomb makes Godzilla, what happens when we deploy a weapon worse than the atom bomb? What kind of monster would it make? And again, that was always his greatest fear. I'm sure for her too, the thing in her lifetime, she's seeing it again. Because in that film, when he deploys it for her, and she's the first person who sees it other than what it does. And it's this great scene because we actually don't see what she sees till a flashback. We just see her watching her face, and she turns in horror. Because what they're basically saying, it's so terrible that we're not even going to show it to you yet. And she even said...
all the death and...
Yeah.
Literally, like, melted them away.
Yeah, just ate away at them at, like, a molecular level. Yeah, so... It's just kind of ironic because, again, the message Serizawa wanted to leave behind. By the way, that is the Dr. Serizawa in Godzilla 2014 is named after that original Dr. Serizawa.
Oh, that's cool.
But again, it's that thing, I'm sure for him, as a legacy, what he wanted other scientists to maybe learn from is to, like, do not develop this technology. And the fact that this guy is kind of, in a weird way, saying, like, yeah, it was kind of influenced by him to do it, it almost makes his sacrifice more of a failure. Yeah, see, basically saying, like, he wanted that to be his ultimate legacy, is to stop this from happening, and you're just plowing through with it.
I don't
Yeah.
plan to, but if it happens, oh well.
Yeah, there's no special bullets in this movie, folks.
Yeah, so it could happen, but it's not my intention. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't intend it.
Well, it's funny. Dr. Serizawa wasn't even trying to do that too, and he's even said though, I'm not worried that I'm going to do something bad. I'm worried that somebody else is going to see this thing deployed and think, "Hey, I got a great idea. Let me make this a weapon of mass destruction."
The classic. If this falls into the wrong hands.
Exactly.
By the way, I love that they're trying to build an underground tunnel in Tokyo Bay where Godzilla attacks all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Well, everyone said this film was realistic. Never mind. It's not the fact there's giant monsters and shit in this movie.
It can only be so realistic.
Like, where I drew the line was when they said, we're going to build a tunnel in Tokyo Bay. Well, fuck this movie. I'm done, sir.
Ancient strata to blame.
They could totally do a tunnel. Why couldn't they do the tunnel?
Well, it's because Godzilla's always attacking in Tokyo Bay.
Yeah, so he would probably stomp it and, murder everyone. Hey, girl.
It's a very strong tunnel.
Right? Godzilla will be kind enough to step over it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You guys look, you worked really hard on that. Let me go ahead and just go around that for you.
Oh no.
Now
Oh
he's
no.
Jacuzzi Godzilla.
I know, it's jacuzzi. It's hot tub Godzilla. You bring the pool, I'll bring the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Godzilla's just sitting there, just bubbling the water. Got bitches on each side of him. Just sipping on mimosas.
There's just party boats of naked women following him.
Oh my god.
Come on, let me make a Godzilla movie.
I like how, too, they're breaking it down, the science a little bit. Yeah, so basically now he can no longer regulate his body, and that's kind of the problem. It's like, again, what happens when you can't control a nuclear, reactor, meltdown? Oh!
What?
Yep.
Explode.
Do you know what an explosion is, sir?
Yeah, so I love that Godzilla's death is literally the apocalypse. Godzilla dying of natural causes for
So
Godzilla.
this movie is kind of like, we got to make sure he doesn't die.
Again, they're showing what would happen. And I love they do a few shots like this. Right now, if Godzilla dies, this is what's going to happen. To put in perspective.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah, seriously. Look at that. Look at this is what happens when he dies. It's the literal fucking apocalypse.
I mean, in theory.
But just to be safe, let's save his life. And I just love that. What's worse than Godzilla alive, Godzilla die?
Can't live with him, can't live without him.
Well, you do. You just literally can't live without...
I know.
Because him not being there means he's gone.
Why do you have a physicist here?
What? Is he a merman?
Before he killed himself. Serizawa.
I was joking.
Yeah.
I don't think he was a merman.
I think... I
Could have
think...
been.
I think it's too soon.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
Granted, this movie came out over 20 years ago. So...
So it's been like 60 years.
Yeah, it's been over 60. I'm still not over it, so fuck you.
No.
Granted, it happened before I was even born, but I'm just saying.
I understand.
Bitch, I take lots of soil samples. If you know what I mean.
I'll take a soil sample right now.
Yeah.
Gross.
Why didn't you say, go back to my place and sample soil?
Jesus. I never used that line. I was... Damn.
He's like,
know,
actually,
it's really
I'm
missed
going to,
opportunity.
close
It's really
your
good,
phone
yeah,
and ask him
it's-
what his plan was.
That line works very well. Trust me.
I want to do one of these little,
I know.
little cruise, the little boat ride they do in the harbor where people are just, restaurants. I'm like...
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun.
You should.
You should. But see, again, and I love how but see, I feel because this movie's more realistic, I feel if this was been like the tone of the last movie, he automatically would have been the villain, and he would have been this cackling idiot. But I like it right away, they're showing you, a lot of times when things happen bad, when technology is developed that results in something terrible, it's not the intention of the person doing it, and the people behind it are not these, Bond villains. And I like how they're showing him that he's under a lot of pressure, too, because he came up with this amazing thing, but people are already vilifying him because of what happened before.
Right.
So it kind of his...
Well, I mean, the human characters are actually, they're just that, they're human.
Exactly. Again, this movie feels like, it takes something as outlandish as
Except
Godzilla.
that guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely not human.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Because they're looking at, I think, we're here, samples of
Bounce the whale.
where the original oxygen destroyer was deployed.
It's this guy again.
Yeah. Again, he's a continue. You've seen him already before.
I
Again,
know.
but in this movie, he's going to act more like a real person because you have human beings writing the script, not weird cartoon rabbits or whatever the hell wrote the other one. And I love how, as a military man, and again, it's kind of but you see he's struggling with it because it's like, for them, how? What do we do? Like, how can we not fight him, but fight him? Like, it's and they don't play him as like the bumbling military idiot. Like, you can understand where he's coming from. It's like, well, what do we do then? You know what I mean?
They all gasp.
What?
And again, this is, saying again, using this weapon, and it's like, but is it wise? Especially now that Tokyo's been attacked by, like, other monsters now, too. So it's like, shit.
Yeah, I say we do it.
Yeah, and I love how they didn't reshoot this. I love how they're using the original footage, too. Again, that weapon cost her brother's life, and it was supposedly so it never would exist again. So the fact, again, for her too, it's like, well, if it's used again, it's like, again, what did my brother die for? There's already another Godzilla since then, so that already feels like a kick to the face. And now we're just gonna go ahead and just use the same weapon. Like, isn't it just like?
Well, what would you have us do, lady? Huh? Got nothing.
Yeah. But again, they're still posing the same. But it's kind of the irony is, though, the question she's posing to him, she was the one in that film who went to her brother and convinced him to use it, essentially, because she basically says, I understand your reservations, but what choice do we have?
Yeah.
And now it's funny.
Now it's like she understands what he was feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because now it's someone else is saying, listen, your generation survived because of.
Did she also have some like family inheritance to?
I mean, that
she would be in line for with her brother out of the way.
And it's funny, that was the same skeleton Dr. Yamane, the paleontologist, had there, and it still looks horrible, scientifically inaccurate.
Yeah.
But again, and Dr. Yamane was even saying he was one of the proponents of people who actually was upset that everyone wanted to destroy Godzilla, because he was basically saying, everyone doesn't realize how amazing Godzilla is when you get past what he is. Think about it. There's never been a life form like him, ever. You know what I mean? And our first thought is to kill him. So we have these two scientists who are kind of both at different spectrums. Like, Dr. Serizawa saw Godzilla as a living weapon, and Dr. Yamane kind of saw Godzilla as this weird, almost miracle of nature.
Right.
Oh no!
Is that the life form?
Yeah.
Kill it.
Kill it with fire.
Yep. Shoot it in the eye.
Their eyes aren't so big, actually, so
No.
that shot's actually going to prove a little difficult. Just saying, it's not quite as obvious of a shot in this film.
Hey.
Hey, the fish responds, Ohio.
Hey.
Konnichiwa. Konbanwa.
Night at the museum. Action going on.
I know, right? Uh-oh.
If I was like super rich, it's like just unbelievably rich, I would totally have an aquarium, like a huge aquarium.
That's like Bond villain rich, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But how it just filled with, like, sharks.
That's what, yeah, that's what oh man, totally.
Whale sharks.
Yeah, but they're not ferocious.
I know. They're adorable.
Yeah, but you're a Bond villain. Whale sharks are not designed for villainy.
I'm not gonna be a Bond villain.
Then you're doing it wrong, sir.
I just want an uh-oh.
What's that?
Which, again, if you are familiar with the Oxygen Destroyer in the first film, this looks oddly familiar. Oh.
Why is the fin bone? I
The
don't
water
think
is dissolving the fish.
That's why you gotta change the filter, dude.
Yeah. You did this.
I was like, oh no.
Jesus. He's like, I am so fired.
That was the greatest O face ever, by the way. That's a great clap. Oh! That's the sound I make when I am satisfied. How about you?
I am satisfied.
And again, I like how they're trying to figure out a way to destroy Godzilla because, again, if he dies on his own now, it's going to be like shit. The whole world goes with him. So, again, it's almost like in this film, in the first one, it was very much like a philosophical decision. In this one, it's almost like, yeah, we have to do it because we're all doomed. You know, this may or may not have a bad fallout, but for sure, if Godzilla does die, it will. Like, so in this film, the stakes are raised considerably.
Okay, so he was saying there if it was used above ground, it would like just completely it would kill everyone.
But yeah, I mean that's also one of the reasons why in the 54 they deployed it in the water,
Right.
kind of minimize the damage. But even that section of the ocean was turned to a ghost town, basically reduced to nothing because again, you know, basically they had to
Does
kind of
the oxygen ever replenish itself?
Well, it's not that it destroys all oxygen-based life forms basically at a microscopic level. So
Jesus.
basically, it just kills everything there.
Why do you have a...
So essentially, it just undoes life basically.
No, I get that, but then once that happens,
Well, yeah, but
does
the oxygen.
ever
Well,
replenish?
yeah, the oxygen's still there, but the oxygen within the life form itself is gone. So even when the oxygen replaces itself,
Okay,
the
well, I
organism.
thought it was sapping the
Oh,
oxygen
yeah, well,
out
no.
of the air itself. Too.
No, it
Or
basically
out of
just
the water. I thought that's what they were saying.
yeah, it
about
eats away. So even if the oxygen replaces itself, the environment, the organisms themselves are still
Dead.
So if you deploy that in the middle of like a major city, everything would just be destroyed.
Analyze mode. What's that? Oh man, I want that technology.
I know, right? Oh, they waited politely for the rendering to be done before they responded, and we're impressed now. Yeah, so now they're basically saying, okay, so everyone's worst fear was will the oxygen destroyer, you know, affect another organism the way the bomb affected Godzilla? And the answer is now, yep.
Hell yeah.
Someone just randomly says that in the background. Hell yeah.
It's like a gross horseshoe crab. Don't tell your aunt.
She won't let me date
Yeah.
you.
But hey, he didn't do this. It was the
Yeah.
It was the first one.
But now they know that, okay, for sure, if this more primitive version was able to do it, what happens when we deploy my new fancy, shiny 1995 version?
Super destroyer, oxygen destroyer.
And apparently the Oxygen Destroyer is going to be in Godzilla King of Monsters in 2019. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to work in like a modern setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I always thought, are they too close to him here? And then I saw in 2014 they're doing the exact same thing. It's just having the ships alongside of him. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And again, I always ask, but what about the radiation coming off of him?
Well, yeah, now it's literally coming off of him. It's like,
I love how they made the suit steam, by the way. I forgot about that.
And also, that's
So
actually
awesome.
one of the existing. I think it was a suit from the last film too. They actually put LED lights in it.
Yeah.
That's how they did
So
that. They
cool.
cut open chunks of it because a lot of it's foam, and they put the lights in, and they built the pieces back over, like kind of like I think it was like translucent silicone.
Yeah.
It's very cool looking.
By the way,
This is
this
the
set,
bottom layer.
Yeah.
I love those walls. I don't know why I made the walls look like that, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
They look like toppling buildings.
Maybe that's kind of the vibe. Just make this place look like rubble, just in case. So no one can tell the difference.
He won't turn something into rubble if he believes it to already be rubble.
Genius.
Just start designing buildings that
Look like
appear to
shit already.
be destroyed. Like
Godzilla comes out of the water. Oh, I guess I already been through here.
we
Never
start
mind.
building skyscrapers that are laying down.
They even design it with like big footprints in them already.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, well, never
We've already
mind.
been over there, so I guess I'll go this way. And they'll build like completely empty fake cities that look,
Giant paper mache buildings.
yeah, they're
Why are we not in charge of everything?
It's a giant like cardboard cutout of like of a painted city. It just pushes it over. It's completely satisfied.
It's
Just
got
goes
people
home.
like cardboard cuts out of people on like dollies on tracks on the ground with like microphones playing the
like they're
screens.
running like
Like something about this seems different. Nah, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's just me.
okay. My brain has the same reaction.
I love this bit coming up here.
Oh my god!
What?
I love how this turns it for it goes. The film becomes a creature feature for a little bit before it turns into a kaiju movie.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
it's more than one.
Oh, there's a lot more than one.
There's twice as many as one currently.
Oh my god.
Powers of perception, sir.
Yeah.
Staggering to the mind. This way to your death. Come here for the death. Yes, it. Please continue.
You will all die.
That's it.
You will all
Crime's
die.
so low, they have nothing else to do.
Is this in
I think it's an Odaiba.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I thought that was the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, we've been here. There were no monsters when we went there, sadly. I feel like part of my
I'm
Tokyo
pretty
experience
sure it's
was slightly
Thank you
diminished.
for the briefcase. You take the camera.
I always want to see scenes like this now. How many people would be standing around with like iPhones and like
Oh god, there'd be a fuck ton of people.
just again how that looks now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running.
Like I'm out.
Yeah, I would like.
Why am I in all the sequels? Because I run.
I
Goddamn
would
it!
waste no time.
Well, I've always said like I love Godzilla movies. I do not want Godzilla movies to become real. I would not be one of those people. Don't you want to be at the heart of everything? Nope.
I would steal somebody's car and just go.
Go. I
If
would
mine was not accessible.
If I could not steal a car, I would literally shoot someone in the car and take their car to get away. I'd rather be on the run from
I
the
would just
cops.
ask them to move over
Yeah, that is
first,
the
so I
rule.
could like, hey, I'll drive us out of here.
Pretty
And
sure.
if they wouldn't comply, then yes, I will shoot them. In the eye.
In the eye.
I'm surviving. God damn it. Yeah, it's like Independence Day when the ships come in and everybody's like standing right underneath them.
Yeah,
like,
nope, that would be
"Hey,
mean."
how's it going?" No, I'm assuming the worst.
I'd be going to the most inhabitable place in the world where the aliens would not be shooting lasers down.
If aliens come and they aren't immediately talking to us and they're just hovering over us, I'm
Bye.
assuming the worst. Yeah,
Like goodbye.
I mean I don't know where
Stay
I would
frosty.
go because it can clearly destroy the whole planet, and I have no method of getting off this planet.
You can get on the run for a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we pausing? We just ran in. We were halting outside.
Oh, the escalators aren't powered on. Bummer. Hilarious. They all just stand on it. Wait for the escalator.
What do we do? Sir, we have no way to access the upper levels. The escalators are down. Damn it.
No, I'm just picturing them powered on, and they just want to
Stop. Ted, the music's just soaring, trying to build tension. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is Odaiba.
I just started quoting lines from aliens in here. It's hot as hell in here. Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. Knock it off, Hudson.
That's not my name.
Or Shinji, or whatever your name would be. I want to see the Japanese Hudson in here.
Oh, damn. Look at those guys.
I know. Look at that's like aliens what Vasquez and
Yeah.
Drake had. Those ones where it, like it's attached to you and it's like
That is super cool.
I know, and I just want them to be like just start yelling out, "Let's rock!" and they just start firing away.
Right.
Well, the fact that they're shooting this like aliens, something tells me that these guys were like this is a bit of an homage.
Oh, my
Which I
goodness. Right.
I love how creepy this is. You see it, but it's a little distorted. Why are the helmets so big? Like I feel we could have made.
What was the point of that?
The
Quick, switch
trying to
places.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Sucks for that guy.
Did that thing come out of its stomach?
That would have been rough.
Somebody went to LB426.
I mean, that would have been pretty shocking. Like, they're wandering around looking for this thing, and all of a sudden, this giant thing just goes blah, right out of one of them.
Well, and I like how it can shoot micro oxygen. It fires an oxygen destroyer from its mouth.
Ooh.
This effect is done pretty good too. And again, I love all it's all practical effects. There's no digital work here. Not even stop motion. Ooh.
Shot it in the face.
That's why he should have manufactured his own bullets.
I know, right?
Homemade bullets are pretty awesome.
If not ineffective.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's just getting it from both sides.
Things are not going well. It's not working out.
No. Man, even on like a level this small, they just cannot handle monsters.
I know. To be fair, they're used to just one. Now there's multiple.
Yeah, but one that's normally well, give it time.
I know.
Yes, time heals all wounds.
Not those wounds.
Mysterious creatures appear. I love how bored everyone looks. Like, yeah, and
Look at this high tech
Yeah.
technology.
Nothing interesting ever happens here. So that's how everybody that lives in Japan feels. Like,
About giant monsters, man.
They're just so used to this. It's like,
completely desensitized.
gosh.
Yeah, fire the cannon. Maybe we should.
I wish I lived somewhere exciting like Montana.
They have bison in Montana. Have you ever seen a bison? It's like a giant like cow on steroids.
Exactly. That's why I'd rather live there than Japan. All I see is this little oxygen destroying monsters.
Give me the roided out cows any day.
So boring. Actually, I'd much rather live near bison than these things.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons.
Because you can eat them, and they are delicious.
Right.
And they just until they start shooting like oxygen destroyer power out of their mouth, they're like, God damn it,
Would
shit.
Destroyah taste like crab, you think?
No, they should have made these things just roided out bison.
These are not the effects we were playing the oxygen destroyer to have. I don't even know why there's bison here to begin with, let alone roided out ones.
Like what?
Shit. That's what happens when you put cows next to the oxygen destroyer.
Yeah.
You get bison. You're just asking for it. This is our fault, goddammit. Can I guarantee your safety? Well, appreciate your honesty, bud.
We should have known.
Again, it's just so aliens right here. And I don't even mind. Not at all.
Why would we mind?
Hey, guys!
Yeah, I would just shut the door and run.
Yeah, like, why was he hanging out of that grenade for?
You have to count to 3 before you throw it. Cook it. They're larger than humans.
So...
Duh. What?
I like how they do this.
Yeah.
That's a little larger than a human.
Oh. Yikes.
Just down they go.
You knocked out like 4 people because of that. Alright, we're all gonna die now.
Seriously, I just want to see that guy come back, walking out of the crowd with this little pea shooter gun.
Why are they trying to keep them? What are they?
What do you mean, the people or
The people are trying to like run through the like rope there, and they're trying to like push them back. I'm like, what's going on there? What are they trying to run towards the thing? And they're trying to prevent them from doing that? Or?
Maybe the Japanese people, being the team, good teamwork as they are, trying to get concerted effort.
That's pretty sweet.
Not for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool looking though.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going that way.
Sucks for that guy, and I'm sure his family's going to be grieving forever, and that he probably has
No, I
children.
mean, they're all going to tell his family, like, man, it looks, yeah, he's dead, but it looks really
You should have
cool.
seen it.
He looks
Like,
so
it
cool.
looks pretty
It
awesome.
was pretty boss, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, your dad died like a champ. I'm going to say that. I
Yeah.
mean, he looked cooler dying there than the way,
Where's the power
Apollo
loader?
did when he fought Ivan.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
saying.
way cooler.
way cooler than that. I mean, I thought that was like the coolest way
I
to
mean,
go.
what a way to go.
A giant Soviet just braining your dad to death. Nope.
No, I'd much rather get shot with it looks like quick and painless.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to get punched until I die by a giant Russian.
I think we could use a giant Russian in this movie. Just send Ivan Drago in there and just
Yeah.
start bare knuckle
Yeah,
fighting.
he looks at Godzilla and says, "You will lose," and then Godzilla does. Like, that'd be awesome.
Like, oh my god. And then Rocky has to come in and still save him.
Best propaganda for that steroids could ever get. Like,
Yeah. Steroids, you can beat Godzilla.
There's a door
Right.
right behind you, girly.
I wish there were commercials for steroids. I bet they'd be really funny.
Wow. It's like, I'm gonna mount
Well, the way things are going now, something tells us that won't be illegal for much longer, because nothing seems to be illegal anymore. Remember this horrible thing we all agreed was bad? Yeah, you can do that now. She doesn't look too scared right there, by the way. She's like, it's okay, I guess. It's not terrible.
I like how she didn't go out the car. She's gonna try to drive it instead.
To be fair, the thing could pounce on her, so you can make your argument that she's trying to...
I guess.
Oh yeah.
She's just trying to give her a massage, you know.
Oh, it opened the door. Wow, it's intelligent.
Hey, give me a kiss.
You should have gotten leather seats.
That is a cool big puppet, though. I love how they did that. Ooh.
That's very alien.
Yeah. A little more viscous sounding.
Yeah. Well, what are they doing in there? Here's some weird noises.
How come it's not shooing its weird, like,
I know.
oxygen destroyer beam at her right now?
It's like, you're a descendant of my creator.
That's good.
What's it trying to do?
Flip it.
I think it's just playing with her at this point.
Yeah. You will lose.
Strongman competition, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies. He's laughing. He's like, did I get you? Oh,
I forgot about that line. If he dies,
he dies.
he dies.
That's something what I'm gonna tell, like, teachers when we have kids and they say your son or your daughter has been getting in fights at schools with the other kids. These other kids, they're smaller than them. What do we can't. And I just look at the teacher and be like, if he dies, he dies.
Jesus.
And then I punch the teacher in the head really hard.
Just kidding. You will lose.
You will lose. I walk past some kids bullying my child, and I just look at my kid, look at the bullies, go, you will lose, and just keep walking. I'm gonna make a great dad.
Fire!
You saved me.
Wait, does fire kill it?
Hopeless.
Fire kills everything. Fire cleanses all.
Uh-oh.
I love how dark and creepy it is right here. This is...
Yeah.
Again, I love how sinister
It
this
should
whole...
start communicating telepathically, like.
We are legion. We
Yeah.
are many.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like, you may have killed me, but I am but one of a larger whole. Like,
Just a shot of like everyone burning the large hole. Oh, well.
you will lose.
They're just voiced by Ivan Drago.
Yes.
Just keep dropping it as well. You will.
just screaming it over and over as it's burning to death. You will lose. You will lose.
Now I'm picturing that.
You will lose.
I love how once again, haven't seen it since '84, where he's feeding off nuclear power again. Like you see him, they're bringing back plot elements, which again,
Man, it looks like he's got plenty.
I know, right?
Here's my question though: how come they never tried the bird thing again? Remember in '84 they lured him away with birds?
I remember.
Anybody
the bird
like,
thing.
hey,
We bring this up every time.
know.
can we bust out that LP again? Like,
Right. It wouldn't involve some dangerous oxygen-destroying weapon at all.
Send back to the fucking
You
volcano.
just need a few birds.
I know.
A few birds and a volcano.
Man,
Good.
break out the piano.
That's a sick-ass place.
It's the Super X3. They brought it back.
That's awesome.
Yep. And interestingly enough, this one is manned again.
Sex 3.
The Sex 3. But I was wondering, okay, why do they make this one manned as opposed to the last one they made it like piloted by remote?
Because men are badass.
And I love how they have the Cadmian missiles again, bringing back something from '84. Again, this film really does feel like more of a sequel to that movie than any of the others that came after, really. Honestly, again, even with Baby, you could just even ignore Biollante. This film really does serve as a great sequel to just '84, because tonally speaking, it feels a lot more. It's a bit more science fiction-y still, but it still has a lot more grounded
Guy's
elements.
dumb. He doesn't have a helmet.
You don't need a helmet.
I'm badass.
Realistically, what the hell is the helmet going to do for you in there? Like, if Godzilla just
Listen.
bitch slaps that thing into a building, like,
Maybe
oh,
he
thank
should-
God we had our helmets, guys.
Maybe he shouldn't wear a seatbelt either then, huh?
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe he should just, stand on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Maybe you should.
Maybe you should just stop being a bitch ass and shoot himself in the head. Like, be a real man and kill yourself.
You won't do
What?
it. You won't do it.
That
pussy.
escalated quickly.
What do you got? You love life too much? Oh, you love your family? Bitch
Oh
ass.
my god.
You are a man.
Until you kill yourself.
Oh, God.
What? I don't think I understand. Yeah, you wouldn't.
'Cause
Bitch
you're not a
ass.
man.
You bitch ass.
Why not throw lasers in? Why not?
Oh,
They don't
those
do anything,
lasers.
but they look cool, right? At
Yeah,
this point, we've established that's pretty much all they're good for.
Yeah,
We're looking
we like laser beams. Except these aren't lasers, they're masers.
Did Leroy work on the Super X3? Hey, y'all. You see the little Confederate flag, being like, God damn it, Leroy! I thought we fired you a year ago.
Stage rats!
Why do we even have here? Because he's a brilliant engineer. God damn it. And a horrible racist.
America didn't want him.
They shipped him off to us.
Yeah. No wonder Japan's idea of white people is so warped. They've got Leroy as an example.
I know, right? Well, not yet it's not. Seriously, that place just looks overcomplicated. I've heard of over-designing,
It,
but...
it looks like they moved into like an aliens hideout, that abandoned hideout.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
alright, we'll
it's
just-
don't get me wrong, it looks really cool.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, what is all that shit on the wall for?
It
Besides
doesn't
just
really-
looking cool.
It doesn't really fit.
Like, I mean, I would have so much respect for the first person one of these movies. Like, why does this look like this? Because it's fucking cool, that's why. Once we got past it doing what it was supposed to do, why not make it look cool? I mean, we're going to spend a lot of time in here.
Hey, it is Japan.
Godzilla's just
if
like,
anybody
hey,
would do that,
yes,
it would
finally,
be
some
them.
help has arrived. My skin, it's burning. Did you bring the cream?
Godzilla needs to moisturize. Holy shit.
I have a rash.
And now we're also implying that, okay, because his atomic breath always looks like that. He's at, like, max power all the time.
Hard luck on.
It's pretty cool that I was able to just take that atomic breath, though, the plane.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially when it's at its max. That's pretty much what's destroyed the original Super X.
Yeah, well, this is Sex 3.
Looking a little frosty.
Alright, they missed a lot.
And I like how they're trying to freeze him as, like, a temporary measure. I love at this point they're just trying to buy time.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're looking very confident. All the guys in there,
Yeah. Well, these
especially
guys-
that guy.
Mr. No Helmet.
I know. Well, he's the guy that doesn't wear a helmet. You know he's confident.
Oh, yeah.
He's not worried about shit.
I'm very cold. Thank you.
He's got like a milk mustache.
That's cool right here. Remember those folks? Ooh.
Ooh, right in the mouth.
Ow.
Pow! Right in the kisser. perfect.
It's perfect.
Water.
She just smacks him upside the head. Stop being an idiot.
I'm sorry.
It's pretty good morph.
Yeah, that's cool. Ready, cryo laser. Beep.
If you could always freeze him, why wouldn't you have done that?
I think we're gonna see why we don't do it. No, while he's that cold, they need to just like they need a big Jaeger to come by with a hammer and just slap his head, shatter his head into a million pieces.
Look at his thumbs up. That smug bastard is like, got this shit.
Oh shit!
Look at see how the smile started to disappear. Yeah, so we did our part. Later, y'all.
Yeah, it'll be frozen for 6 hours, so hopefully you guys can
Make the
take
best
care
of
of
it.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, bye.
We're out. I'm done. I promised my wife this is the last mission I would fly, and I intend to keep my promise.
Even though, again, if he's in the water, that would make him thaw faster.
Listen, I'm
I'm
asking you to
just
shut up
saying.
and stop contributing logic.
Okay.
You're making me unhappy,
I understand.
and I'd like you to stop. Please and thank you.
The target is moving east. East?
I hate East.
East is my least favorite direction. He's taunting me! This is personal, Godzilla.
God damn it, that son of a bitch.
You are an insult to all things West.
Looks like Godzilla's about to just kind of like fist pumping that little symbol. He's about to go. He's about to do the yes thing. Meanwhile,
Yeah, remember the other monsters?
yeah, they're like we're slaughtering people. The guys we always sent to their deaths.
I don't know what's going on in
So, how does this microwave work again?
there.
It's the most scientific way to make popcorn.
Yes.
So it's like a microbrewery they're doing here. Like what are we working with here?
Yeah, it's a nice microbrew. You take it out and just drink it.
Say that, yeah.
Perfect. That's great. We're
Son of a bitch, that's good.
It only cost us $6 million to make.
And the beer is just called Son of a Bitch, that's good. You see it like pan out the logo on shelves worldwide. Heads of state all over the world just sipping it, going,
Son of a bitch,
that's good. What's that? Peace in the Middle East? You got it.
Jesus.
Just airdropping them in.
And again, I love how they're talking about like an American team. Again, I mean, obviously they didn't have, but I would love to see something like this. Well, it's kind of like how in the new Godzilla, like Monarch, I like that this is international team, but I like this idea again of like this team of people worldwide working on this. Because again, I mean, realistically speaking, what happens when you just shoot missiles and nothing dies? Well, you got to start just trying to figure shit out. So I think like this team of inquiry worldwide would be
Change the world. A global
organization of
yes,
some kind.
there we go. I don't know. My brain stopped working.
Well, basically, kind of what the UN is supposed to be, but something not grounded with politics, but like with science.
Ooh.
Oh, what's going to happen here?
Oh yeah.
Surfing, that's what.
Is Godzilla gonna help him catch some sick waves?
Godzilla would make some sick waves, though. Think about it. Godzilla just needs to come up, splash his tail, and you just have to surf.
We need a Godzilla surfer movie.
Jeez.
Just follows a band of surfers that follow Godzilla wherever he goes to surf those bitchin' waves.
And here we have Baby.
Baby bottle.
He's grown up a little bit.
Looks nothing like the Pokemon.
Yeah, he really
was.
just looks like Godzilla.
how quick they are to react.
I know.
Baby probably is really looking forward to inheriting the world that his father exploding is going to leave behind.
Again, I love how it's her too, who's kind of the first to respond, because again, she's legitimately cares about Baby, and it kind of weird feeling. She kind of feels like he's her responsibility.
The
Yeah.
best friends.
He looks a little more green.
Yeah.
Still.
He's just like, what's happening to me?
But this is gonna be the first movie where we really truly see two Godzillas, like really, because now Baby looks like Godzilla. I mean, he's still younger. He's not
Yeah.
physically developed,
Little lean.
but he's Godzilla now, basically. So it's weird we're going to see two Godzillas on screen.
Pretty big.
He's got the tiny little.
I was gonna say,
spikes.
I think he's about 50 meters here, so he's roughly around the size of the original 54 Godzilla.
He is a Godzilla. Godzilla Jr.
Quick, which direction is he going? I swear to God, if you say east.
Swear
Swear
God.
to God, if it's not northwest or south, I am gonna kill a motherfucker.
He just pulls out a gun.
He's like, say east.
Shoots one of
Say-
them in the head.
He's like, go ahead, say east. I
Points
dare
at
you.
the
Ooh.
next guy. Say
Say it.
Better not say east.
Ooh, I wish a motherfucker would.
He turns around. I'm going east.
No! Oh, he's going
no,
north.
it's okay.
Oh, thank
Woo!
God.
We just
Oh, man.
That could have been a bloodbath.
Yeah. Woo!
It's like we all dodged a bullet on this one, folks. Literally.
Yeah. Oh, man. Thank goodness. Birth Island. G Center. Not to be confused with the G Spot.
Oh. Yep, an emergency situation, the G spot.
Keep that to yourself, lady.
The proper,
TMI.
juncture for,
Oh my god.
just,
That'd
I
be
mean, I'm
awesome
sorry
if
for
they
you,
named,
but...
if they named like the central building for the organization where all the world's G centers meet is the G Spot.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Oh, I love this now. The alternative now is him. He's just basically going to sink down to the Earth's core.
Wait, who's doing that?
Well, they're basically saying now by freezing him, they've altered his body chemistry. So basically now what's going to happen is like the way his heart's going to die, it'll cause him to kind of like, yeah, that. So now,
Cool.
Yeah, so now the world is fucked for a whole different way.
We just can't do anything right.
And I love there's like a ticking time bomb, like the temperature of his body, like. Well, aren't we just the alarmists?
Yeah, the Americans always seem to be better.
The Americans want to be right. Think it's gonna be weak. Yeah, well, we think it's gonna be half that. So
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah,
God bless the USA. We bleed on our stripes to keep them red. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know.
Shut up.
America.
You been there?
Yes, we have.
I've been there.
Yes, you have. I'm married, so I agree with everything she says.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think so too. Ooh, that one on the left, is that a new cannon?
Yep, a new cannon to fail, just like the old
Cryo
ones.
laser.
Cryo laser.
We've already seen that one earlier.
We've already seen the majors fail numerous times. Let's
Those
see
are the
something else
6-3.
fail.
Let's combine them so the failure
Is double the shame.
Yes.
I wasn't feeling ashamed of enough
Let
of
us
my...
cross our streams.
That way you can't tell which one's failing harder.
Yeah. I love how they did a composite shot in a still frame photo. That's actually really creative. Again, here's where all the money went from the last movie.
Yeah. Oxygen.
Oxygen tracer.
Oxygen plays a big role in this movie.
Plays a big role in everything when you think about it.
Why don't you shut up? It took me a second to get what you meant by that, and I feel stupid now. And now I hate myself.
Ready to fire.
Damn what
Stand by.
Remember standing by, folks?
Yeah.
Quick, where's Veron when we need him?
Wait till he's almost right in front of you, and then you're allowed to fire.
But first, stand by.
Oh, man.
It's like Power Rangers when all the Zords appeared in different environments. Yeah. And like the Zords, they might or may not form together to form a larger...
Larger hand.
Let's all get together, guys, and form a larger... I gotta do the Ian Malcolm laugh. We all get together and form a larger...
Cryo beam. Fire. There's too many of them.
Think about it, they're not used to firing at smaller targets. They're used to having just a aim in one general direction.
Their targeting systems aren't tuned to hit enemies of this size.
They probably don't even have targeting systems because they never need it. Just,
right.
Aim west and fire.
Yeah.
But will we hit it? Yeah, you will.
He's headed east.
Well, we're fucked.
Well, he's so big that if you fire west, you'll still hit him. These on the other hand. I love the effect you do with the legs. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Feels like a video game. They're all kind of going side to side. You have to hit the target. It's like Duck Hunt or something.
It's working, Doctor.
That guy looks so proud of himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll result in nothing bad for us.
I know.
The creatures are gathering.
I think they're all getting together to...
Impossible to measure.
See what's happening.
Oh, no, this is more like it. Thank God. Now it's a giant monster. Now we actually know what to do here, folks.
We can hit it.
Yay! Hooray! Every shot's landing. This feels familiar.
Yeah, it's incredible. We're all gonna die. Oh, that's quite the beam.
That's what she said.
The beam has become more powerful.
Look at him, he's like, I don't know about that.
Oh, God.
Yep, this feels more like normal now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just another day in the Japanese Self-Defense Force, where everybody dies.
What does that? Uh-oh.
So now it's kind of like, okay, everything has come to fruition. The Oxygen Destroyer has created a literal monster.
Yeah, so this guy really has nothing to do with the creation of this monster.
No, but again, this is what they were, by him furthering his research, this is kind of what they were afraid of happening. So, I mean, granted, it already happened.
Yeah.
But now it's basically saying, yeah, this is why we didn't want you to do it, because look what happened the first time. It's not his fault.
He didn't do anything.
Well, no, but he, at the same time,
all we know is that it
he
could
sure
have
has
been
all,
worse. It could have gotten worse, but
he sure as hell not going to do anything now.
with it, yeah.
But at the same time, though, he's now uniquely in a position where he might understand this thing better, because again, he's the only one who's kind of researching this science now, because
Yeah.
it's basically been a dead field up until him.
What the
Well,
fuck?
yeah, I mean, it's badass, right? I mean,
You see
yes.
them like getting their money out. Oh,
Well, he's suggesting it like he can control whether or not they fight. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you're gonna basically find out that okay, so Godzilla's following Baby, so basically they're gonna use Baby as kind of like bait.
Okay.
So basically they know where Baby goes, Godzilla goes. So if we can kind of communicate telepathically with Baby and lure him to where we want Godzilla to be, Godzilla will follow. It's the moral implication. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. And of course, she's not going to like that because she's like, no. I mean, she's one of the few people who legitimately care about these animals. And she's like, no, in a weird, interesting way, I kind of feel she looks at us as more of the monsters because we created them, So what does that say about us? So now we're just going to...
Are they the same person?
What? No.
wow.
Hold on, they look very similar.
Quit while you're ahead, man.
No, they're similar looking people.
Oh god, I can hear the Tumblr people gearing up now for you.
I don't care.
How dare you, sir?
Those two particular women look very similar.
You're the reason why we got Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in the Shell.
I wish I had a hand in that decision. I probably would have made I'd be a richer man than I am now.
True that.
But alas, I was not involved in making that movie at all.
No.
I know, shocker.
Okay, he's got his hands back on his hips, so he's feeling confident again. We're good. That's how you know what the threat level is. When his hands go down, that's when you know, like, oh,
hands on the hips,
shit.
Good. Hands on the cheeks, bad. Look, ah! Baby, where you going?
Baby.
We need you to go this way.
To your death.
Again, and I know they do it with a heavy heart, but it's one of those things where it's like... But at the same time, though, if Godzilla melts down, it's like, even Baby will die. Basically, at this point, it's all hands on deck. It's that point where in your battle where you're arming the children to send to the front lines, because if we don't win, everyone's doomed.
Yeah.
So I like how this film, there is a level of desperation that we have not seen in the other ones. Like, it was more like Godzilla just coming to save the day. Now it's like, we are the planet. It's not even like, oh, well, if we all die, Godzilla and just other organisms will inherit the Earth. No, the planet is being destroyed. Like, nothing will live. Nothing will survive. It's the end of all life as we know it. So I like how it's like, okay, we're going to do some shit that's not going to sit well with our conscience, but so what? We have no choice now. And then there's this guy.
Fly.
You haven't seen his final form yet.
This isn't even my final form.
It's funny because you're going to see when Baby and Godzilla have to be in the same shot, they have to use a model of Baby because obviously the suits are the same size.
Yeah.
It's just funny because I actually like the suit for Baby a little bit better than the one for Godzilla. He's a little sleeker.
Well, he's more flexible too.
Yeah.
And also Godzilla has all those LED lights built into it.
Well, I meant like the last. I mean, I love the Destroyah, or not Destroyah, the Burning Godzilla suit, but I meant from the last movie.
Oh, you mean
compared to the last movie suit?
Yeah.
You like the last movie suit better?
No, I'm saying I like Baby's better.
No, Baby's,
Oh, yeah.
Baby's
I mean,
in this one. Like, if this had been Godzilla in the last movie.
Well, I was going to say, the suit you're seeing in this movie is the Godzilla suit from the last movie. That's the one they retrofitted.
But it's different. The face is flatter and sleeker.
It looks much
Oh,
better.
no. Oh, no, I don't mean, I mean the burning Godzilla you see in this movie
no, I'm
is
talking
the
about
same
Baby.
suit as the normal Godzilla in Godzilla
Yeah.
vs. Space Godzilla. They just took that suit and converted it. Yeah, no, he's more... I mean, well, basically that's the thing. You give him the bigger spines here, and he could be like a lean Godzilla. And in later films, they actually lean him up. In Godzilla Final Wars, he's pretty much lean like this.
Coloration. I wish they would do that a little bit more on Godzilla too.
Well, it's funny because this suit's actually really sophisticated. It's very lean. And even later Godzilla films that came after this, the suits don't have nearly as much movement. That's why a lot of people say they like this suit because it's very flexible. It moves very organically, whereas when you look at Godzilla from Final Wars, when he was about this size in terms of leanness, he still was very rigid. So this suit is definitely a lot more... I don't know, it's probably one of the best made Godzilla suits.
Yeah.
Oh. Ow.
I don't know. I mean, I understand. They're worried. But he's still a Godzilla.
But again, for them, they feel he's untainted because, again, he hasn't, he essentially, again, he didn't have the same upbringing as the other one.
I was going to say, I don't know if he's ever really fought anything.
No,
Well, I'm just saying he could take a building falling on him because, I mean, he's a Godzilla.
Well, yeah, I think it's more or less just maternal kind of, they feel
like,
bad for him.
Oh, no, I get it.
Do you, though, Chris?
I'm just saying, I
you?
don't know if they should feel as bad as they do. Or, like, the same level of concern. It's like...
Yeah, I love how flexible it is.
And it sounds weird, but I like how they almost give him the, like... I mean, it's a little different on the animatronic head there, but on the...
Ooh, a new form. So what happened?
He just changed back to the land.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he's kind of got those eyebrows almost, which I know
More
Godzilla has, but yeah, they give him a little more expression.
Yeah, well, Godzilla's meant to just like pure rage
Yeah.
all the time now, whereas Baby is just like, you know, Godzilla now is basically like Banner in Hulk form all the time. He's
Yeah.
just angry and mean, whereas Baby kind of has more of an array of emotion. Although after this, he's probably gonna be like, well, fuck this.
I
No
know.
wonder Dad's pissed off all the time. Shit. Ow.
Oh.
You're hurting me. Ow. It's funny, they did an exhibit a few years back of Godzilla, and they had like replicas of all the suits set up, or a bunch of them, and they had this one, and this suit's tall.
It's funny, his tail is a lot shorter too. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it till just now. I was trying
Well, I
to
think everything's meant to look more diminutive on him, but this is
Uh-huh.
actually a very tall suit,
Yeah.
and it was actually taller than some of the adult Godzilla suits that were next to him.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
belly flop.
Ow.
Catch me!
Oh, that's a lot
Oof.
of spite. Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
gonna hurt.
Ouch. Do those actually impale him?
I don't.
I think they grabbed Mike. I don't know if
Yeah.
they grabbed him, but it looked like they were going to.
If Tarantino directed this, they sure
Oh
would.
my god, I know.
Let's see, after this, due to Baby's injuries, humanity alters Baby to save him, thus setting him on his path to becoming
Space
what we
Godzilla.
later see his Space Godzilla.
So dusting on his past to be in a much worse movie.
Yeah.
That's why he's so bad. He's doomed to be in subpar Godzilla films now.
Yep.
Yeah, Godzilla's eyes kind of have just the one expression, but I think they're meant to kind of look like very.
Yeah.
But then again, too, this is an older suit. This is an existing suit, whereas Baby's suit, God, look at the command center. Good God. They created specifically for this movie, so it's a little bit more. But again, being a thinner build, they can kind of, there's less padding and whatnot, so the actor inside can
Yeah.
move with more, agility, as it were.
Oh my god. And think about it. As hot as those suits are already, adding those LEDs in.
Yeah.
And all the functions.
Oh! This moment brought to you by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, baby. That sound. Oh.
I know.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh, baby.
Uh-oh. Things are not going well for Baby. I think they can start being concerned.
Okay, now you guys can frown. It's funny too. We're all like times when like got Baby's bleeding, and I'm always like, I'm kind of surprised no one's ever trying to take blood samples and try to like clone Godzilla or create one. That'd be kind of an interesting story. Like just right there alone, you could just take a blood sample and like imagine cloning a Godzilla. Like, ow.
Nice. He's not dead yet.
It's a bit, but look how it's already healing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know actually in the books they've even talked about too, like how Godzilla can heal. I know one of the books I read back in the day, like they say, yeah, Godzilla. It's not that his skin isn't ever broken, but he heals within seconds. So by the time the smoke clears, whatever injury you would have created on him is like.
I was gonna say, which
Already
movie
healed.
is it that they even say?
Oh, they had a Regenerator G1. That was when he
Yeah.
fought Mechagodzilla in this. When they basically, yeah, his body. Or no, Regenerator G1 is in Godzilla 2000. But there's been a few movies where they've talked about that he heals so rapidly that.
And did they say even if there was just a cell of him left, he would still regenerate from him or something?
That's in Godzilla GMK, where
Oh, okay, yeah.
like that supposedly why he can be able to come back is like he just regenerates from just cells essentially.
He's like Wolverine.
That's insane.
Not
Yeah.
quite, but
That's probably the best Godzilla movie of the Millennium series. Oh,
Whoa.
unfortunate. Oh, okay, they're good.
Yeah.
cue the night.
I know, right?
But because Godzilla has that wide-eyed look, and now his eyes kind of glow, he's kind of this very kind of almost like
Oh, I
a
know.
crazed cat kind of look to him.
Yes.
It's interesting how there's kind of like a blue aura around like the vapor coming out.
Yeah.
Similar to like the energy of his default atomic breath.
Yeah.
He's healed.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of flexibility in this suit. It's
I know.
a really well made suit.
It really is. It looks so good.
I think it might be the best made Godzilla suit.
Yeah.
'Cause it just moves so well, but again, it's thinner and Yeah, see, here they have the model.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like sliding around.
Yeah, because then they have to put him in the same frame as the adult, which is larger. So it's funny, when you see these two together in the same frame, you're basically seeing what the 54 Godzilla would look like next to this Godzilla in terms of size. So you see he's literally doubled. And now to think you have Shin, who's taller than that, and then you have Monster Planet Godzilla, who's even bigger than that. Oh, wait a minute. Did you think everything was fine?
No,
Hell
no, I did
no.
not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the devil.
Oh no! Ho, ho, ho.
Darkness.
Those are pretty sweet looking wings.
The Lord of Lies. I am Beelzebub.
You will lose.
Just a voiceover that constantly kicks in whenever you're pitted against an unbeatable eye. You just hear, "You will lose."
You will lose.
It's just like, oh shit.
Damn it.
Threat level, you will lose.
Yeah.
He looks so cool though.
There's been some debate too. Is Destroyah more powerful than King Ghidorah? He's not as iconic, but I'm pretty sure I know some people say he's not, but I'm pretty sure that yeah, technically Destroyah is the strongest opponent Godzilla's ever faced.
Oh shit! So close.
I want to go with a yes. I would like to see Destroyah fight King Ghidorah.
That'd be a bitchin' fucking fight. Like, oh my god.
Would there be anything left?
Shit, Godzilla might even just sit that one out. Like, you know what, guys? Shit, I'm gonna go and just sit my ass down over
They would need
here.
like all of the other monsters to team up and help him.
Or like, what if? Well, yeah, imagine. Well, you mean if Destroyah and Ghidorah teamed up? Oh,
No, I meant even if they were fighting each other, like Godzilla would need help with like Mothra and like basically every other monster.
or that could be a great movie where Godzilla and Ghidorah have to team up.
True.
To fight Destroyah?
Yeah, because here's a monster that's worse than both of them,
That'd be cool.
and they actually have to kind of like, shit, we have to team up now because, this thing is so much worse than either one of us.
That'd be
So
pretty dope.
that would be a great a way to bring back Ghidorah, obviously, in a movie, and bring back Destroyah. Because again, like so many of the monsters from the Heisei era, they've only appeared once. The only time we've seen them multiple times is if they're older monsters that predate it. But we've never seen Bylante return. We've never seen Space Godzilla return. We've never seen Batra return. We've never seen Destroyah return. And Destroyah is, unlike Space Godzilla, which kind of got saddled with a bad movie, Destroyah got put in a great movie, and a lot of people love Destroyah. So,
Why aren't we seeing more Destroyah?
well, Destroyah, again, we see him a lot in the video games, but
Yeah.
6-3.
I want to see some more Super X's, man. Bring those back.
Yeah, this is a pretty awesome plane.
And it's one of the few pieces of technology in the Godzilla universe where it actually feels realistic. Like we would develop like a special aircraft, just because we already have like classified aircraft now. And I mean, hell, my dad worked on one. My dad used to work on the B-2 bombers. That's what we have in real life. So theoretically, we'd probably already, because the original Super X was not developed for Godzilla, but for like defense of the capital. They said. But now they've clearly kind of fine-tuned them for defense against Godzilla. So if there was a threat like this, we would have some kind of, military weapon of some kind, yeah. So this is 54 Godzilla basically standing in front of 1995 Godzilla. To show you how much bigger he's become. Oh.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had him move so much because he's just kind of sliding.
He's just like, he's on rollerblades, just skating around.
Oh. Still falling over, huh?
Still falling over, yeah. Well, I kind of feel Godzilla's so,
Oh.
Ooh,
That
It's got him by the
sucks.
throat.
shows you how big Destroyah is, too. Like,
Oh, I know.
damn.
Oh, man, he gone.
Bye-bye.
Where are they getting these camera angles? Like, what's filming
know.
this? Damn.
That guy is the brave soldier.
Apparently, like, shit.
That's actually the girls. Maybe they're shooting it. Maybe they're using their telekinesis.
And I love how he like
Shoot
Bylante.
atomic breath.
I like how either like Bylante and Space God, Destroyer has a little side like teeth thing.
Oh. At least
Boom! Damn.
that's rough. That's rough, buddy.
What did he land on?
A building of some sort.
Yeah, but why did it explode like that?
Because that's what happens when you land on buildings, didn't you know?
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I never jump on buildings. I don't want to explode. I'm like, oh shit, that looks expensive. I'm not gonna do that.
Irresponsible.
Yeah,
You know,
my irresponsible building jumping costs millions of dollars in property damage.
I feel so bad for him.
Ooh,
Oh, they weren't in it. What?
Poor baby.
Stop fighting like a bitch, Junior.
Dad falls over all the time. He's fine.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
I need to nap.
No. And again, for them, it's extra hard because, of course, they feel responsible. I mean, they kind of are, technically, because they put him in that position. But again, it begs a question.
Oh, did he die? Is that
Yeah.
what's going on? He's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, they're horrible people.
It's strange because Godzilla knows it too, and it's like, and again, Godzilla didn't care about anything for the longest time, and then he sounds kind of corny, but he allowed someone into his heart, and what happened?
And what happened? His heart caught on fire.
Yeah,
That's what
this
happened.
is what happens when you love.
Yeah.
This is your fault,
He's
people.
like, no, I'm gonna melt down out of sheer will.
But that's the thing too, and I love now Godzilla is kind of like at his most dangerous. He no longer has anything to protect. So now it's like Godzilla just like back to just this.
Personal.
Yeah, now he's
It's
just.
kind of
And
it's
he's
that
fine.
classic moment. It's like, you shouldn't have done that, Destroyah. Now I've got nothing to
Well,
lose.
and it kind of feels like that too, because Godzilla just does not care at all anymore. That was it. That was the one thing he's only ever had in life that he cared about, and like everything else in his life, it just resulted in tragedy. So now he's just done. He just doesn't care anymore. It's like that's it. Everything dies. He doesn't care anymore. And even he's in pain too. So Godzilla's whole life is just pain right now, physical, emotional. So I love now he's just pure berserk mode, just like go, like literally, yeah, that's it.
No, Godzilla's the one saying, "You will lose."
Just,
God, Destroyer is so thick.
I know, look how big he is, and that's a guy in a suit too. You think it's
Yeah.
hard for a guy in the Godzilla suit to move? Look at Destroyah.
I know.
I think the guy in that suit is basically just using inertia at this point. I love how brutal this fight is. There's just destruction on the epic scale. Everything explodes.
Destruction brought to you by Destroyer.
Oh no!
I just think that's an airport. Imagine seeing.
It looks kind of
Ow!
That should immediately go back in the other direction.
That'd be so funny if they cut the shots of people at the windows. They all look up as he goes by, and they go look back down at like their newspaper and everything. No, we don't get that.
The TV chopper.
Well, you just stand up and say that,
Come on,
For
sister.
a dramatic effect?
I guess. And again, I love the ticking time bomb effect here.
Where's the 13th area? Is it where they are?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I would never tell my sister to go there. He's probably in line for a pretty big inheritance.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
what- yeah, that's what
That
it's
is a
like.
good point.
He's like, go over there, where they are. You might die, and then I get all the money.
Yes. He's clearly bad at this.
It's a bunch of murderers.
What kind of selfish asshole are you?
Yeah.
Asshole.
Asshole? You're trying to catch selfish asshole, are you?
You're such a selfish asshole.
Gonna fuck up Tokyo big site.
Where's that light coming from? What's the light source have? I'm kind of curious. It looks cool, but I guess it's like a spotlight.
It's his energy.
Dun, dun, dun. So I love that I have the spotlight on him. Godzilla's literally glowing in the dark right now. I think we can see him.
You know what? It doesn't look as cool though.
He just flipped his hair to the side.
God, Even the detail in Destroyah is incredible. Like,
Oh, I know.
again, this is where the money went. God, look how massive he is. Damn. I would love to see another movie with Destroyah, though, because he's just so
Godzilla,
fucking
shoot
gnarly.
your beam right into that stomach mouth on Destroyah.
The stomach butthole.
Yeah, whatever that is.
God, look at him. Just badass.
Uh-oh. That's
Ooh.
Oh, ouch.
Lighthorn.
Oh,
Oh God, my
that's
God.
not... That hurt, dude. That hurt. Oh.
Dude. Oh, I love those shots. Ow.
Oh,
Damn, look at this.
Gross.
great.
This is just... Look at that.
Well, yeah, he is attacking the stomach butthole.
Look how brutal this
Yeah,
fight
he's
is.
elbow deep in the stomach butthole. Oh.
Just trying to give him a colonoscopy.
And then shit just blows up for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. It reminds Godzilla of when Junior died. Wow. Not even
We have-
the oxygen destroyer can work on him now.
We have got to get out of this neighborhood.
Yeah. Why did he tell us to come here?
What a dick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part.
Does he have like white blood or something? Is it...
I think it's like just kind of so hot it's burning up, or like when something gets like white hot it burns that way. I love how Destroyer 2 can like attack in different ways within a single fight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. This initially was going to kind of be in reverse, what Shin was going to do at the end of it, where he was going to break off into all those little smaller like humanoid versions, and they actually built a lot of these marionette puppets or suits for them. They were going to shoot that actually, but they decided not to go with it. But it's just kind of funny that Godzilla.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of funny that it's going to be kind of that kind of effect where Godzilla could just break down to these smaller, still big, but smaller versions, and basically kind of have like,
Yeah.
you know, a bunch of smaller creatures as opposed to one just singular large one. He's ready to brawl. I love that.
Oh, he's gonna just erupt all around him.
Love you see the blue implies that he's weakening.
Yeah.
And his
He's,
lights
he's
are going
not
out.
glowing as
Yeah.
much. Uh-oh.
Can't keep him down.
Rawr.
Should be a Foley artist.
G-Force.
Hurry to your death quickly.
Who the heck is that guy in the bandana?
I don't know. I was just thinking that too. I'm like,
He's a film's resident badass.
Yuki, is that you?
He's like in a three-piece suit and then
Got a bandana.
bandana on. Like,
He keeps it real. You know, he
got
doesn't
style.
forget where he comes from.
Doesn't want to sweat on his suit.
yeah.
He's like, "Listen, I got diamonds and jewels, but I'm from the streets. Never forget."
Never forget. I started from the bottom.
I was molded by these streets. Now I sit on top of the world.
You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it.
I mean, that's a conversation Godzilla was having with Junior at one point when Junior was trying to say, "I'm a Godzilla just like you."
I was just like, no, you're not, son. I hate you. But really, I love you more than anything I've ever loved in my entire life. But I hate you. Because now my heart burns. It hurts to love you, Junior.
Even though at this point Godzilla melts down, it's like,
Baby.
It's a dead baby. Shoot him in the eye.
Jesus Christ. You see what's face down there running up to him, like, God damn it, really? Still. It's sad, and Godzilla's gonna basically have to, again, basically just see the body of his child. It's a weird thing, because, again, it's like, prior to this, Godzilla didn't care about anything. And, it's like a double-edged sword. He was, he experienced joy for the first time in his life. And now that's the greatest source of his pain now, basically. Like, he thought he knew misery before, but now it's like, it's 100-fold. Because essentially, he's a parent now that's lost their child. Skype call? Oh, okay.
Oh God!
They love the silent. They love the silent moments in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Capture those moments
To build up that kind of tension.
It's just you and the emotion. The
I
emotion.
like how they were gonna wait
the
until
actors.
he reached 1200, but didn't they say at 1200 is when he was gonna explode? So I'm like, why would you wait until he reaches that?
Well, I think as soon as the self-destruct basically kind of kicks in, they're going to kind of have to, start freezing him right away. Because they probably won't have so much of that
I guess.
stuff. So they want to wait till it begins and then just...
Try to diffuse it.
Or basically that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to minimize it and contain it to some
What
degree.
are they gonna do with Destroyah?
Hopefully that won't be a problem.
Hopefully. He's still slightly
Barely.
alive. You're such a disappointment. How have you been killed so easily?
I love how he has that kind of
Breath,
atomic
yeah.
breath. It even shows too that's how charged his body is now, where he's just breathing, exhaling it. I
I
think
feel like he's trying to revive him, give him some of the energy.
it's almost like the equivalent, I think, of him kind of closing his eyes for him.
Oh, I thought he was trying to provide some Godzilla CPR.
Ooh. Oh, that's rough.
I shouldn't have ate that Taco Bell. The heartburn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, what a jerk! Whoever just did that.
He's like, what the fuck?
I was having a moment here.
I was about to explode, and you just shot me in the ass.
Poor Godzilla just cannot catch a break.
Nope, not gonna work. Come on, Godzilla. This is the part where you just kick ass.
How much force does it take for Destroyah to fly?
I know.
How big he is? Damn.
His feet alone
I
are
know.
freaking.
Ooh.
Yeah, Godzilla's like, I've got you right where I want you. You just wait.
I love to now. He's just glowing like crazy, like it's.
Raver mode engage.
God, that suit is huge.
I
Damn.
know.
I say it every time I see it, but I'm like, shit. That Tokyo Big Sight?
He was. Oh wait, no. Maybe, I don't know. I think it was part of it.
Alright, I'm ready.
It's just straight because now I love how they're like, oh shit, we got to worry about him self-destructing, and we have to worry about Destroyah.
Oh, wait, is he melting?
Yeah.
It's happening.
He's melting.
I love how you can see the bone a
Down.
little bit.
Huh?
You can see a little bit of the bone in the spine.
That's awesome now. I love how death is making him more powerful. Like, right at his final moments will be, his greatest.
Cryo lasers. Yeah, they better hope he takes out Destroyah here, because...
Or one way or another, he's going to take out Destroyah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if Destroyah survives,
Oh yeah.
they got nothing.
Yeah.
It's extinction for humanity either way.
Ooh.
Jesus.
blew off an
broke
ear.
his face.
I know. Godzilla's just like shit.
Yeah. He just killed like a dozen of Destroyer's like miniature forms.
Yeah.
So now he's-
I'm curious to see what would happen. Yeah, if this parts of Destroyer are physically destroyed, like when he tries to miniaturize or come apart, like does that affect it or like? Damn.
Certainly should.
Yeah. God, I love that beam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does that hurt? Oh, he's gonna try flying.
He's like, oh, this isn't fun. You're actually hurting me.
I know.
God, I was just fire.
Fuck your wings.
No one can fly with cold wings.
Damn.
Now he's
Boom.
got holy wings.
Because oh no, I'm not moving.
I got you.
All these like.
Ooh, this is not gonna be good. God, get away! Like everyone's just way
know.
too close.
They have a lot of faith in those cryo lasers.
Yeah.
Even though at this point it's one of those things where it's like if it doesn't work, everyone's doomed anyway. So
True.
might as well. Hey, if you're at ground zero, it's probably the best
Right
place
to
to
be,
be.
might as well be right like on his back.
Yeah.
Just
Just let him eat you.
here for the ride. Uh-oh. But is Destroyer even dead?
Yep.
Well, I want Godzilla to like rip Destroyer's head off or something.
Well, I think it was planned. Basically, it was like in the final moments, Godzilla teamed up with humanity, basically to, not like consciously, but like basically they work together.
Sorry, buddy, but we still have to destroy you.
Yeah, we have to kill you so you don't kill us now.
I love how they do this with the music. Everything goes silent.
What radioactivity? I realize that's not how it was saying it. He wasn't saying it as a question, but it's funnier to me. What radioactivity? We've eliminated it.
Oh, that smoke ring up there was cool.
I know, I saw that too.
I remember they talked about in the news, even though this movie didn't come out here in America until years later, but on the news back in '95, they talked about that was a big moment in Japan where the death of Godzilla, because this is supposed to be the end of the franchise.
Yeah.
Hey Godzilla,
Even though technically they don't.
yo well los.
And it was so weird seeing this because it's like he's legitimately like dying.
Yeah.
That's such a cool shot. It's, like his heart explodes right there too.
The skin's falling off.
Yeah, I know, and you see just a skeleton and
Oh, God.
look at the light silhouette of him.
He became particles.
That's
It's
another
like,
reason.
dude, not right now. Come on.
That's another reason why I wanted to kind of. There's your moment at the end
Yeah.
where you want people to kind of feel.
But yeah, but I'm not sure that they should.
But they're even saying that at the end of the day, Godzilla was still a product of us. Like he's our mistake, basically.
Now we'll all be out of jobs because Godzilla is dead.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's how you're looking at it, Godzilla's their mistake. Well, they just got rid of him, so
Yeah.
they fixed their mistake. But I understand, like Tokyo is destroyed, but Tokyo's destroyed every single time we watch.
But now it's like so irradiated, no one can ever live there anymore. It's like
Yeah, well, honestly, it probably should have been from all those other fights too.
oh,
Oh, what's happening?
all the radioactivity is dropping. Is it being absorbed somewhere?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is something absorbing all the radiation?
Probably baby. That'd be my guess. What's love? No, just roar and then black screen.
It's like he knew.
That's all they gotta do.
Now baby is all grown because he absorbed all the radiation.
Yeah.
And there we have it, folks. That is the final installment in the Heisei era Godzilla. So, Chris, now that you've watched an entire Godzilla continuity from beginning to end, what do you think?
It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. It's very, very cool. Even within the same continuity, it was interesting seeing like all the different like tones and and stuff. But yeah, it was very fun. I liked it.
Oh no,
It's a very fitting end.
And showing some shots from all the different movies. Speaking of different tones,
Right.
my favorite one, obviously, right here, 84. But yeah, no, I mean, again, it's begs the question maybe in the future when Toho does continuities, like if they should perhaps maybe do like trilogies like they're doing with like Monster Planet that way.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of feel sometimes when they make so many of
They
them,
don't get locked in.
they start to kind of drift down that road where things get a little silly sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe if you kind of have 3, maybe 4 movies to kind of work within a
Yeah,
continuity,
I think they should really.
it'll keep you on track.
They should plan a story like a trilogy type story, but don't bank on a trilogy. You still want the first movie to be like its own.
Yeah.
Like it has a beginning and an end. It's not like. Yeah, beginning up to the beginning of the next part.
Yeah,
it's got to the first movie's got to end.
Yeah, I don't like
Or, like-
sequels where it's like it ends up on a cliffhanger and you usually have to start the next movie right
But,
after.
but if you do make the sequel to that first movie, make it a continuation of that same story and not like
Random,
not a new story that's in the same world. Like
because then it has like
make the connected overall story.
because
but-
you don't want to have the Saturday morning cartoon villain of the week kind of feel, which unfortunately this continuity kind of had to. Same thing with the show era that goes on for a while. Then it's like now Godzilla versus this thing, and it's like okay, but why is this thing important? But yeah, no. Again, ultimately, I think they wrapped it up perfectly because this was a great movie. But anyway, folks, we will be back as usual with more of the Kaiju commentary. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.